Madden NFL 25, NFL 25 49ers franchise mode.
Deal with in the front seven. It's the 49ers and the Vikings, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Now from downtown Minneapolis, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us inside beautiful US Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. So good to be with you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Here we are, week 2 of the season. Greg, everybody has that hope. Let's get off to a good start. Well, these teams lost the opener. Now, a bit of pressure here in week 2.
Yeah, it really comes down to, Mike, it's a super simple concept. You just want to feel the sensation of winning. Just get your first win. Of course, they would have loved to start out week 1 in the win column. But now here you are, 2 winless teams, and it is just as simple as we want to walk in the building on Monday and check that win total off and catch up.
The perennial Pro Bowler, Justin Tucker, has it on the tee. And off we go from Minneapolis. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Well, 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. They'll be led out by the man from Ohio State, 6'3", Justin Fields.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he just looked indecisive. He didn't look like he was very comfortable operating within this system, and it led to a combination of poor throws and, frankly, a lot of bad decisions. I think he needs to stop just locking in on one guy. Let the offense unfold. Trust what the play caller and the game plan have established. I think if he can just operate the offense and not feel like it's all on his shoulders to create everything, I think it'll allow him to just take a little bit of a deep breath, let the game come to him, and have a lot more success than he did last week.
And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Now Fields, and they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So fourth down, they'll hand it over to A.J. Cole to punt it, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
The thing that stuck out to me, Mike, was when we met with him this week, immediately, right at the start of the production meeting, was his ability to take ownership of last week's loss. He said, listen, if I don't make those 2 interceptions, we probably win that game. And when you go back and watch the tape, I love how hard he is on himself. He played pretty good ball. If he can eliminate those couple bad throws, a couple bad decisions, when he's good, he is as good as there is in the NFL.
In motion, Reed. They'll start on the ground with Swift, and he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
Still first down.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. Through the air, connecting with Debo. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The 49ers offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Play action now for Fields. Open man is the tight end Sample. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Opening carry of the game for Tyjae Spears. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here now, 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He's going to let this one go for Worthy.
You see, there was a bit of a busted coverage in the secondary, and I think that's what led that receiver to be so wide open. And that's a ball that just needs to be put on him. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It doesn't have to be thrown on the money. Just make it catchable and take advantage of that opportunity.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They were 3 and out first time around. They'll begin anew here in this scoreless game. It's 1st and 10. Atwell sent in motion here. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. He's going to try it here again. That's caught! And he will go all the way. 2-2 Atwell. Touchdown, Minnesota. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
So 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. Anthony Gould now to return, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. In motion, the tight end Uzomah. On 2nd down, Spears. And that one going to be closed down to the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance.
Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he is on to punt it away for San Francisco. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. Here's 2nd and 9. Prescott now. This one complete to Atwell. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
Here's Matt Araiza now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. Now, fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Niners offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Fields. He runs with it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Fields. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's the punter now, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Vikings offense getting set to get back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing is Prescott. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now Prescott. Samuel has it working in the middle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll throw again. Dak. He's got his man downfield. It's Debo. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
there's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. As you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, Prescott to the air. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down. It's always a little bit of a letdown. Like you find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
On the return, it is Trey Tucker. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Fields. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Fields to throw. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. First down, 49ers. In motion, the tight end Uzomah. A first down throw for Fields. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
He keeps it himself. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up 1st and goal.
Here's Spears. And they are all over that on defense. Good surge, drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
So we'll get a 2nd and goal when we return. It's the Vikings with the edge. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Another shot at it from the 9. 2nd down and goal. Throwing is Fields. They're called in at the 2. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1. Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw is Fields. Good blocking, and he's in. Justin Fields. Touchdown, San Francisco. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Right side, hauled in by Samuel. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
As a gain of 5, brings up 3rd and 2.
Atwell sent in motion here. On 3rd down, here's Swift. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the 1st down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Fake. Prescott. Throw downfield and hauled in by Samuel. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here.
And he's in! DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Vikings.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. 49ers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Miles Sanders. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
He'll try to run for it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
The key coming into the game, anytime you're about to defend a quarterback like this, is it's not so much about rushing the quarterback for a sack as much as it is about rushing a quarterback to keep him in the pocket. He is more dangerous when he's able to escape. Keep the integrity of your rush lanes. Rush as a unit. You can see here, when you don't, he gets out of the pocket, and it's a big play.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Spears. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down. Now, Fields. He's got a receiver. That's Woods. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. In motion, the tight end Uzomah. Play action now for Fields. This one to his big tight end Uzomah. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. Fields now on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Dobbs headed in motion. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. Officially a 29-yard attempt. Aubrey's kick is good. And the 49ers are back within a score. It's now 17-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and DeAndre Swift set to get going again. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. In motion, Reed. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
At the 30-yard line.
2nd down, Prescott. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. It is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere.
We're having internet connection problems.
Justin Fields make their way back out. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Anyway, hi there.
Spears to start the drive. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Yay and hi.
Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Fields. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. Give him 16 there, and a 1st down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Slot man in motion left. 2nd down. It's Fields. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end Uzomah. 1st down. Fields. He's going to tuck it and go. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
Here's Spears. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed. Tracked down behind the line. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Minneapolis. After this, lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Fields. Taking off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will score. Justin Fields. Touchdown, 49ers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. They'll run with Spears. Powering forward. He's in. Tyjae Spears. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 17.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Through the air, connecting with Debo.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. This one complete to Atwell. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Prescott again. That complete to Swift. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They'll motion over Samuel. Again, Prescott to the air. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll throw again. Dak. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Debo Samuel. Touchdown, Minnesota.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Tucker, good on the extra point. The Vikings will go up by 7. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime. These two teams separated by a touchdown. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, back to you and Greg in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. J.J. McCarthy has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Nick Westbrook-Akine, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. 2 touchdowns there for Jonathan Taylor. It was the veteran quarterback Dak Prescott who had it working in the first half. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. From the 6, here comes a return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense, and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. In motion, Reed. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Not much happening there, just a short game.
He was brought down by Brandon Jones. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard.
Another run here, another run by Swift. And he's going to be very close to a first down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Prescott. That one into the hands of Atwell. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
We'll go play action. It's Prescott. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking them down and took them down for a loss.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
Here's a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 49ers 30-yard line.
Here's Swift. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. All alone is the tight end, Andrews. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
At the 14-yard line.
On the give, here's Swift. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here.
That one taken in. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Vikings. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and You can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Here's Gould on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Niners offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
2nd and 11. Throwing is Fields. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Now it's Spears. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll let this go. Deep shot for Atwell. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
When he continues to play at this level, Mike, it just makes this team so hard to beat. It's the combination of leading both long, sustained drives and being able to strike in bunches. It puts so much pressure on these defenses, and with the way today's game has gone, doesn't look like he has any plans on slowing down.
1st and 10. They will run it over center with Swift. And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Swift. And he'll bring this inside the 15. That's good enough for the first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Swift. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
You can see the running back. He's waiting patiently for that cutback lane to open, and it just never did. Great job by the defense continuing to string that play out sideways, and they're able to take him down for a loss.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Dak Prescott, touchdown Minnesota. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
Tucker's extra point, up and good. And the Vikings will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Here's Gould on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The 49ers offense ready to get back at it. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. In motion, the tight end Uzomah. Play action now for Fields. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. They'll try and run here with Sanders. And he's going to have a Niners first down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Spears. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Back to throw is Fields. Catch made. That's Woods. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
We see so many wide receivers in today's NFL that almost resemble more of a running back style. When they get the ball in their hands, not only are they able to pick up big yards, they're able to fight through tackles and make people miss. That's an element that a lot of offenses are searching for. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
Here's Spears. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 1, 2nd and goal. Fields. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Miles Sanders. Touchdown, 49ers.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half.
49ers 24.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Atwell sent in motion here. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the jet sweep, here comes Atwell. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 2. On the play fake, Dak. That's to Reed. He's got it. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch.
The speed on display. He's in. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Vikings. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And this has to feel good for this team, Greg. After losing week 1, to continue to add to the lead here in the fourth quarter and get themselves likely back to 500.
Yeah, just a really nice bounce-back performance. After talking to them, they felt really disappointed in their Week 1 performance. They felt like they got off to a slow start, Mike. So now here in Week 2, bounce back, deal with a little adversity early in the season. I think this is going to bode well as the rest of this year plays on.
On the return, here comes Tucker. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Niners offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down.